Why do I want Kate Bishop looking like that? Welcome back to Avengers. In this video, we are talking about the brand new champion levels that you can obtain by playing the game. But we're also talking about how sick and disgusting the companies are that are in charge of this game. Yes, that's Square Enix. They are doubling down on every scummy practice their company wants to publish. And this is also Crystal Dynamics. So basically, I loaded the game up, started playing, ran a vault. There were issues. Yeah, I was using a trainer. Pete was using a trainer. But we've never really had issues with it before. However, Pete was unable to shoot. And he couldn't see anything happening on his screen in terms of shooting or using his Iron Man weapons. I could see what he was doing, but it wasn't working. We were trying to interact with the numbers on the pads for the vault to open it up, and it wasn't working. We basically... I finished it up. Pete actually got disconnected. It said that the session timed out or whatever. It loaded Pete back into where we were. So we both finished off that vault. Then we went and we was going to do some other things. But then we saw the skins and we were like, nah, we dipped. We closed the game down, not playing that until the trainer is working. And we can get max XP because this champion level stuff is stupid. I then took to Discord and said how much these skins will cost. Because me and Pete sat there and we went through every character with every single epic and legendary skin you can purchase in this game. And the prices are so stupid, so ridiculous, pathetic, that they would think with their under 1,000 concurrent Steam players that they would get lots and lots of purchases. Because don't forget, this isn't a free-to-play game that's trying to survive using microtransactions. This is a AAA £60 product. And I haven't even included the cost of the challenge cards for each of the characters. So what we did is we went through and had a look at the credit purchase, like the cost of the credits for each of the epic and the legendary skins for all 8 playable characters in the game, being Miss Marvel, Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Black Widow, Hawkeye and Kate. If you were to purchase credits and say the credits don't carry over, just for this example, so say you purchase 1,000 credits, you buy a 700 credit skin, you don't carry over those 300 credits. Each of these skins is a separate purchase based on the maths we did. The total for every epic and legendary skin in this game would be £1,816. With the current conversion rate, that is $2,577. Do these developers ever give out skins? No, they don't. They only ever give you these uncommon or common nameplates. You never get awarded this stuff for free. There's a couple of legendaries you get for your character reaching level 50 or whatever. But that is absolute theft to charge £60 for the game and then have over $2,500 worth of fucking skins. That is unbelievable. But then, it's not just about the money that you could potentially spend. And I know people spend the money on whatever they want. All this stuff is optional. It's not the fact that it's optional. Because you could say all this stuff is optional, and then we could buy games further down the line, and like the culling, we could have to pay to play matches. The more this stuff gets put into games, the worse it gets for everyone. You have time savers in Ubisoft games. You have New World, a brand new MMO coming up from Amazon Games, charging for fast travel. Some of these skins at least should be free, considering, for, let's just say an example, Iron Man, there are 4 skins that are exactly the same design. They've literally just been slapped into Photoshop and the colours changed. However they've changed the colours or whatever, I'm basically saying you can just change the hue on these skins and that is what you get. They are simply a recolour for a lot of them. I'm going to put an image up on screen. Well, not an image, like you'll see in the video. I'm going to put that part of my recording onto the screen right now. This is a skin that you can get for Kate Bishop. She has arrows sticking out of her fucking head. There's another one for Miss Marvel, or another few actually for Miss Marvel, where she is wearing her pyjamas. It's absurd how they can actually implement this stuff and think this is okay. You see this sort of stuff in free-to-play games, not a AAA game that costs you £60. That's one of my biggest issues. I still wouldn't accept this amount of money being spent or needed to be spent to have every skin in the game. I wouldn't accept that, even on a free-to-play game. I think this stuff is predatory. £12 per legendary skin. You go to the shop, a supermarket, you can buy an entire meal or two with £12. I think this is an absolute joke. Some of the skins in there look so stupid, and then the prices attached to them is even fucking worse. But that's not even the worst of it. They've now, for their under 1,000 concurrent players, they've now decided to go and put an absolutely ridiculous grind into this game too. So what I'm about to tell you is not 100% accurate, could take longer, could take even less time. But based on some estimates, I've been talking to Gamer Guy on Discord about this. Based on estimates, the champion level XP grind is going to take you 24.4 times longer than what it does to get a character from level 1 to 50. So there are 8 playable characters in the game. If you do the maths for that, it's going to come to a stupid amount of hours, basically. We have a look at Gamer Guy, and I believe this might have been before they changed it, because when the game first launched, levels 1 to 50 took roughly the same amount of time per level. Now, levels 25 to 50 take even longer. So say you have just gone out and you've bought Avengers, found it 50% off or whatever. Say you're a fresh start and you want to get all 8 of your different characters up to the max champion level. First you have to reach level 50. Then you start on the champion stuff. Gamer Guy said it took him over 200 hours to get 6 characters to level 150. So we'll use that as the example, but that might not be the case now because of levels 25 to 50 requiring more XP per level. One of his friends who sent him the stuff said it's roughly 500 to 1,000 hours per character. So I did a little bit of basic maths and I said, if it took over 200 hours for 6 characters, you multiply that by champion levels taking 24.4 times longer, and that is 4,880 hours if the estimates are accurate. So take a third of that off for the extra 2 characters needed. That's an extra 1,626 hours for those 2 characters. That would make it in total 6,500 hours to get all 8 of your playable characters up to the maximum champion level. That amount of time is insane. Over the course of like 2 years, I spent about 1,800 hours in the Division 2. So you times that by 3, you've only got 5,400 hours. So if I was to play Avengers for as often as I played the Division 2, it would take me about 7 years to get there. Obviously, if you're grinding your ass off day in, day out, you can do it faster. But that is the equivalent of 270 days in this game. Just grinding character champion levels. As I said, I don't know if that's 100% accurate or even close to being accurate. That's just estimates on how long it would take. Even if you did the bare minimum of that estimate of 500 to 1,000 hours per character, 8 characters, that's still 4,000 hours. That is insane to just put that much of a grind into the game. But something is even worse than the $2,500 you would need to spend to buy all the skins. On top of the 6,500 hours it would possibly take to get all 8 of the playable characters, the current playable characters, might I add, up to their max champion levels. Because if you start afresh when, let's just say, Black Panther and Spider-Man come into it, that's even longer. It's roughly working out as an estimate to about 800 hours per character. But on top of all of that, what have you got to do in this game to actually level up your characters? What you have right now is exactly the same stuff you have been doing since the game first launched. The only thing they've done is add a couple of hives and stupid different missions. Some of them are actually locked to solo, so you can't even enjoy them with your friends. You have their events that they randomly run every now and then. They last for maybe 11 days or something. Other than that, you may want to go and play the DLC for the new characters. Kate Bishop's DLC is way longer than Hawkeye's. Hawkeye had like a 2-hour DLC. After that, you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. The things you have already done in this game time and time again. That's all you will be doing for 6,500 hours to get your characters up to the max champion level. The first level is 20,000 champion XP. I ran a vault and got 4,600 XP, so I would need to do 5 vaults to get 1 level. So in order to get all 8 of the playable characters in the game up to level 1 with their champion level, I would have to run a vault 40 times. That's the sort of grind they've put into this game. Yeah, you might be able to do it faster. Yeah, if they update the trainer and it works with the champion points, there's grind over. But for the people that are playing legit, they want to try and do this with all their playable characters, they've got a hefty fucking time sink to put into this game in order to do it. Doing the same content over and over again, with the same skins you've had since day one, unless you go and purchase them. It's an absolute joke what they are doing with this game. There is no wonder their player base is so low. They seem to think that players are going to come back as they release DLC. The highest amount of players they've seen is like 2,500 for a DLC. Then within a week it dips back down. Yeah, they're tripling their Steam player numbers, but it very rapidly drops after. This game is a disaster. Whether it's live service or not, it's a AAA £60 title or £50 or £55 or whatever. It's got the Marvel branding on it, and they've run it into the ground. £1,800 worth of skins for characters in a AAA game. That £1,800, to basically put a comparison, I could go and do driving lessons, pass my test, pay for my license, go and buy a car, and fill that car up maybe 5 or 6 full tanks. Possibly even add more onto that, depending on the price of the car. That's how stupid the amount of skins they have, and a lot of them are just simply recolors. What I'm going to do is leave the video there. I want to know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.